Testing, testing. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the very first live stream on this YouTube channel. It is currently 11:05 at night on the 22nd of November 2025. Hello everybody, my name is Shanko. Welcome in. I hope you all can hear me just fine. I hope. Because this is the first time I'm streaming this. This is my first time actually streaming all this. And I don't usually stream on YouTube. In fact, I don't usually stream at all. Most of my streaming is usually done on Twitch, and even then I don't stream that much. But I thought for a change, just try this instead. And see how this goes. Excuse me, I had pretty good dinner. And so that's why you might hear some gas noises here and there. But I hope you all are doing well on this fine weekend. I hope you all are well. Yeah, well. How are all of you doing today? You all doing alright? Yeah? Awesome. Awesome. It's great. Great stuff to hear. Absolutely great stuff to hear. Right. Can everyone hear me just fine? Just making sure. You can hear me just fine. Okay, yeah. I think we should be fine. Right. Let's get straight into the game, shall we? Obviously, we're gonna be on the survival world because I need a whole bunch of resources. I'm running slightly low on a lot of resources, so I'm gonna need a few more here and there. So let's get into the game, shall we? Well, we're currently in front of the nice fireplace right here. Oh, a little bit of a blip. Hello. Yes, I'm here. Hi, it's me. Right in front of this fireplace, and you can see a few new particles have been added. I have been testing a few other mods here and there, and they have been looking really nice. And yes, my outfit has changed a little bit more because winter is coming. Yeah. That's why I have this little coat, as you can see, right there. Right, so, it's currently snowing outside. I might as well show you what I've been working on. Consider this some spoilers for the next video that's going to be coming out soon. So, right now, the world has been converted to 1.21.10, and the bad news is that Mounts of Mayhem is going to be coming out sometime soon, I think by this month. So this world is already going to be obsolete by the time we're done. But this is what we've done so far. Added a few more buildings. I'm currently adding that building over there. But what I'm planning to do is that because this area in the valley is slowly turning into some civilization, when we eventually build up all the buildings. This is the town that's going to be below the kingdom itself. What up? Hello, Opni. Welcome to this stream. Welcome. I hope you're well. This is the first time I'm streaming on YouTube, so it's going to be a little bit challenging. Just let me know if things don't sound right, or there's anything I can do to better the experience here and there. But yeah, this is what's currently developing into the town below the castle, as one would say. And so we're going to fill these up with a lot more homes, a lot more market spaces. These are going to be little tents or little places where people can sell their stock. There's going to be a whole ton of houses planned right here. I'm currently in the process of building some of these, especially this one. That's going to mirror the library by that side. Everything sounds perfect so far? Awesome. Good to know. Just keep me on taps. If anything does sound a bit wonky, just let me know. But yeah, currently I am in dire need of resources, and don't mind my tools being a little bit broken down. I have been doing a lot of building, but we need to collect a whole bunch of wood. So this is what I plan to use the stream for, as well as a tester to see how it's like streaming in YouTube for a change. And sun is going down, so at the very least I can just sleep the night away. But yeah, I decided, you know, try streaming on YouTube for the first time. See how it goes. Ooh, the cool rain mod sounds really nice. Especially with all these copper roofs. You can just hear the sound effects. So cool. Absolutely brilliant. Right. Do we have... We do have the shulker box right here because I'm doing a bit of terraforming. Can we substitute that for an empty shulker box because I need a whole bunch of wood. We're going to be doing some wood chopping. A lot of wood chopping. And maybe some... maybe we'll get into some building once we're done with all the wood chopping. So I thought I'd, you know, boot up the stream. See how it goes. Obviously, want to see what it's like streaming on YouTube instead of streaming on Twitch for a change. And yeah, want to basically switch it up a little bit because you never know. Maybe sometimes it might work, sometimes it might not work. But yeah, we'll just see how things work and we'll change it along as we go by. We'll learn a lot here and there. But how's everyone doing? I hope you all are fine. We are nearing the end of the year, which is strange to think about it. It's kind of fascinating how we made it all the way to the end of the year without really noticing time is an illusion, as a lot of people would say. But yeah, I'm currently preparing for Christmas. There's a lot of things going on at my new job. Actually, I've been there for about 2 months. Is it 2 months or about a month? I think I've been there for a month and a half, and so far, you know, it's been pretty good. Not gonna lie, it's been busy, it's been challenging, but it's been a lot of fun. Continuing to hone my skills in Linux development. Ooh, scary stuff. So I haven't been playing too much Minecraft in general. I've mostly been just... See, here's the thing. When you're working, I'm not sure if a lot of you have this, but when you're working, and then you come back up, and then you are off work, you don't want your time to feel like it's an obligation to do things again, and so you gravitate towards games that you just switch your brain off. And most of my time has been spent in Deep Rock Galactic, which honestly very fun. I recommend all of you go get Deep Rock Galactic. I think they have a new update planned at the start of the new year. I think. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I haven't been playing that much Minecraft over the past month or two. And that's why videos are a bit few and far between, especially the Halloween video. It's just a little video that I just put together because I wanted to build a resin farm, and I decided, hey, why not put that together? Yep, it's not fun to work after work. Exactly, Opni. Exactly. You don't want your game time to feel like you're working again. And so sometimes you just want to turn your brain off and just sit back and relax. And I know that I don't want to use the CC word. The life of a video creator, a lot of people say, oh, you're gonna have to put in the hours, you're gonna have to grind at it, you're gonna have to make sure that you spend sleepless nights editing. I mean, I can do that, I have done that before, but yeah, it's not necessarily my means of earning an income, and that's why I've been pretty relaxed about it. See, all these videos that I do, I earn nothing from them. So it means that I don't necessarily... I mean, it would be nice to get a little bit of recognition here and there for the videos, but Yeah, it's user Shanko is streaming on YouTube. That's right, Sean. Welcome. Welcome to this very special live stream. The very first time we're streaming on YouTube for a change. Yeah, I don't usually live stream at all, but yeah, I'm trying something new for a change. I just need some resources, and so I'm just sitting here chopping trees and yapping into a microphone. But yeah, how are you doing, Sean? Hope you're well. But yeah, you know, video making and live streaming, of course it's nice to get a little bit of recognition from it, and it's nice to earn a little bit from YouTube, but I've been watching a lot of videos from people saying, oh, a Minecraft Let's Play is dead. And I'm like, are they dead? Nah, not really. More so evolving. Same here. It'd be nice to get more money for my videos, but that's not why I do it, so I won't treat it like a job too much. Exactly. I can't believe I said that. My brain is just fried from my week at work. But yeah, I don't... It'd be nice to earn a little bit of recognition from it, but yeah, at this point where I'm working a normal day job, that's my usual... Oh, wow, okay. That's my source of income instead of worrying about trends on YouTube and all. A lot of people have been worried about different trends on YouTube, whether they're going to earn their next paycheck from it. And you know, maybe that's a downside of making video creation your job, is that you have to be aware of these things, and sometimes that hinders the creativity a ton. I feel like it's a slippery slope of having a hobby you love turn into a tedious job with getting revenue, I feel. Exactly. Once your livelihood depends on it, then it starts getting a little bit worrisome, which is why, you know, back in the days of like 2012, where everyone was saying, oh, when YouTube was on the rise and people were like, oh, I want to grow up to be like the Diamond Minecart or Stampy Longhead. And back then it was alright, but nowadays, thinking about it as an adult, it's like, if you're not following the trends and you're not, you know, if your videos are not hit after hit after hit, you know, it's going to be hard, especially if that's your only source of income. And it's going to be harder if you're, you know, raising a family or living by yourself. Everybody's got responsibilities and obligations, so yeah, it's a little bit harder. So that's why for a lot of what I do here, it's more so just passion projects. And I'm not saying that you should do that as well. I mean, everybody's got dreams, but yeah, I already have a good source of income to sustain myself. I don't have to worry too much about it. And personally, I don't see the only being a video creator being a sustainable career, because especially in this age of YouTube and Twitch, it is very, very competitive and very difficult. At any moment you can just lose your entire income, which is quite scary. 2012 was the golden age of YouTube because the content creator pool was too big. It wasn't too big, and it was much easier gaining and maintaining a following. Exactly, yeah. I feel like back then, it was more... A lot of people had heart, so they made videos because they loved it. They want to share it to the world. Whereas now it feels like it's more like cable television, where people are trying to one up each other, instead of it being a social platform where, you know, you're just sharing things. And I feel like that's a fallacy with every social media these days, where it gets incredibly competitive when money is on the line. Money, fame, recognition. Whenever you put all three of those in one place, it's a recipe for disaster. Because, quite frankly, especially in this day of age, if you want to make YouTube your source of income, the last thing you will want to do is Minecraft, because I feel like this space is way too saturated for you. Way too saturated, not necessarily. If you want to do it, go right ahead, but if you want to make this your living, then I feel like there are better avenues to try out. But as for me, I'm just gonna be staying here, you know, placing blocks, building castles up on the hills. No biggie. Just doing my own thing. Getting through every opportunity that I get. You know, experiencing new things here and there. Especially with the new turn of the year, I might try a few new things. But yeah. I'm not necessarily... The day I call it quits is the day, well, I'm gonna be honest with you all. I don't plan on... As of right now, I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I'm pretty happy with where I am. Especially with videos and the rate in which I'm making videos and publishing them. I've been stuck on 777 for quite some time. And while that is a little bit bad, it is... it is quite funny to just get stuck on 777. Shanab here doing it for the love of the game. Exactly. I love this game very much. And yeah, there's still a lot to explore. The main reason why I started this... I talked about it quite a number of times. The main reason why I started this whole journey of making videos is because I wanted it to be some sort of memory log for this world in particular, because I built so much in this world already. This world is coming up to 4 years old. This is the longest I ever had a survival world, or any Minecraft world for that matter. I've never had a Minecraft world last beyond 6 months. And when I started this world 4 years ago, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and make this world last about a year. You know, turn this into some sort of long-term world. And 4 years later, I'm still playing on the same world. which is quite a shock. I didn't think I'd be here to witness all this, but yeah, I'm still playing on the same world. I don't plan on changing anytime soon. I'm gonna make sure that this world lasts as long as it can. I think one of the goals that I had, I think I shared it in a video by Orbits, is I want to make at least 100 videos in this world alone. So currently we're working on episode 40, but we're about 40% of the way there to 100 videos. But it does mean that we have a lot that we can do here. It just shows how much you can do within one world. You don't have to change worlds every so often here and there. I mean, yeah, it is convenient, but you know, the beauty about a forever world, I was doing it before it was a trend, and now it's no longer a trend. The beauty about it is that you get to go back and revisit your old builds, which is amazing. I love that. I love the aspect of going back to your old builds and seeing how far you've come, not just as a builder, but as a person. And so, yeah, I enjoy that sort of growing up, looking back at all your previous achievements and your blunders. Sometimes you have builds that you are not so proud of, and that's okay. You know, we all grow up and we all improve at whatever we're doing. What was that? Oh, those were the mushrooms. Trees are growing. Fantastic. Alright, yeah, we're just gathering dark oak and spruce because we're gonna need a whole lot of them, especially for building. Because these are my main building blocks for all the houses, the larger houses and the smaller village houses down in the valley. But yeah, I hope you all are having a good weekend. I hope you all are enjoying yourselves. What a week it's been. It's been quite the week for me. So, a little bit rough here and there, but yeah, got through it just fine. Alive, well, and kicking. And now just refreshing up for the week ahead. Because there's a lot of things that need to be completed before the end of the year. And we're also looking into the new year. You know, New year, new possibilities, new projects to take on. Oh dear. Shocker. Ooh. And to prepare for that, we chop down trees and replant them. We're gonna need to collect a whole bunch of wood for future projects so that we don't have to go through all this. The tedious task of mining or chopping down some more wood if we want to gain more. You know what? Let me just separate out the dark oak with the spruce, so at the very least we can get one sugar box of that and one sugar box of that. In the meanwhile, all the miscellaneous can just go here. Stacking up on apples. Yep. Yep, we're fine. Right. So, what do we want to talk about? What do we wish to talk about right now? Ooh, wait. Have any of you all seen the new gameplay trailer or the gameplay showcase of Hytale? That, honestly, was quite out of the blue. It's quite shocking that suddenly Hytale is back from the dead. And by the looks of things, it actually looks really nice. I know that Hytale has been in limbo for 10 years, and then suddenly they said it's dead. They said it's dead when Riot Games stopped production, and then Simon suddenly brought it back, and it was like, we're gonna make Hytale with the legacy engine from 4 years ago. Like, damn, that is impressive. I can't wait to actually try that out. Oh yeah, DJ sent the updates in our GC. She was so hyped. Yeah, I am very much excited for that. I'm just excited to see some competition in the market space for these sandbox games, because I feel like no other game has come close to matching Minecraft's no variety. And so Minecraft has been quite stagnant, especially with people not really liking the drop phase. I mean, for me, I'm sort of indifferent with the drop phase. Yes, it's nice that we're getting content drops here and there, but yeah. Yo, I'm legit so happy it's being revived. Hello, Adrift. Hello, welcome to a very special YouTube live stream with yours truly, Shen. You don't see this very often, or in fact, you've never seen this at all. But yeah, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. But yeah, Hytale. Looking forward for that. I'm just excited to see some competition in the space of sandbox games, especially right now with Minecraft being somewhat stagnant, especially with their drop phase. I'm quite indifferent about their drop phase. I mean, on one hand, we are getting regular content drops, but on the other hand, it's getting very tedious to update mods every so often. So it becomes quite the challenge every time I want to make a video, and then suddenly there's a drop, and I was like, ooh, I want to play this drop. Oh no, my mods are incompatible. Dang. So it is a shame, but I hope when Hytale eventually opens its early access, it gives a little bit of competition for Mojang and Microsoft to that extent, because I've been seeing a lot of discontent around Bedrock Edition, where nowadays it's been more and more focused on the marketplace instead of actually delivering a good game or good game features. And don't get me wrong, the new game features that have been added, really good. I enjoy them, especially like the copper golem is nice, the new copper blocks, I like it, the copper age as a whole, I'm really enjoying it, especially the new shelves, but I can't help but feel that more can be done. I'm happy with the drop approach, but yeah, I do agree that it makes mods harder to deal with, but overall getting new stuff regularly is a positive for me. Yeah, that's the thing. Getting regular stuff, regular new stuff is good. I do like the drop system, but I feel like with how you know, with how decent it is, I feel like Mojang are slowly drifting away from the larger updates. Now, I can't really say. I'm not a news reporter. I'm not a speculatorist or whatever you call those. But yeah, I have a feeling that Mojang are going to keep on this drop train and slowly drip feed content into Minecraft. But I'm pretty sure they're still working on engine and source code. What's the word I'm trying to look for? Refurbishing, especially with vibrant visuals. There's such a difference between Bedrock and Java. They're two completely different games. Yeah, so it's it's a little bit hard for me to say, especially as a software developer, to some extent. Like C sharp and Java are very different. Very different in terms of how games and code is being formatted and ran. I mean, Java has its way of doing things, and then C# has its way of doing things. And there's been a lot of effort in trying to fix the parity between Java and Bedrock Edition, but at the same time, a lot of the development of Minecraft features now rely on not just Java Edition anymore. It's now Java, Bedrock, making sure they're both compatible, which is now a large requirement. And once you make that a requirement, you have to abide by that in sprints. The updates have felt a bit lackluster, to be honest. It's like small updates adding a few new things and no big huge overhauls anymore. Right, because they are working on large overhauls, but I guess they just don't want to tell us about it unless it's fully finished, which in some cases is like the Valve conundrum, where, you know, Team Fortress 2 updates or Dota and Counter-Strike, Valve basically says nothing and then release it all in one go. The silence can get really annoying. Yeah, my guess always has been that they're planning something bigger in the background, but then again, for 3-month updates, we're getting some pretty big stuff. Yeah, so let's give the example of Mounts of Mayhem. You know, we're getting the Nautilus, we're getting the zombie camels, a few, the spear. I enjoy new weapons. I mean, I made a whole video about the mace. The mace is cool, but yeah, it's nice that we're getting a few of these updates here and there with these new content drops. To sacrifice it, we have to sacrifice our mods being compatible, because the naming procedure is it's just absurd at this point. But yeah, it's something we have to live by, unfortunately. So that's why Mounts of Mayhem coming, really good. The early access for Hytale, really, really good. I feel like it's going to make both games better. Just like how when Marvel Rivals came out, it made Overwatch much better, in my opinion. I feel like Overwatch has been stagnant for quite some time, and then Marvel Rivals came out. It's a... I can't say... I keep having tongue twisters when I mention Marvel Rivals. But yeah, when Marvel Rivals bursted onto the scene, everyone was saying, oh, Overwatch is dead. But suddenly Overwatch starts getting better, and then you see Marvel Rivals start to stagnate a little bit. And then both games are doing really, really well. So I do hope that when Hytale does release and we get a playable game, sure, there's going to be bugs in the early access, but that's okay. It's a legacy edition from 4 years ago. They're going to have to do a lot of documentation. They're going to have to go through all their documentation for the past 4 years to see where they're at. But yeah, I am excited that when both games are playable for the vast of players, both games are going to equally improve over time. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see Hytale and its mechanics, per se. The building mechanics as well as the combat mechanics are going to be really cool. And I think the most the best feature that the biggest feature that I'm looking forward to is just the open modding. I think that's really cool. In a way, especially when you're working with software, you gotta make sure that you have if you want to make the process slightly easier, you need to have a form of visual in front of you to make sure that you're doing well. That's why you look at the console every time you write some code. But sometimes when you're modding, especially if you're modeling and you're making Minecraft mods, you can't necessarily visualize those mods unless you're testing in real time. But I feel like with the capabilities of hightail modding, I think that's going to be really cool. No, yeah, totally, like, I get it, they want to keep it hush-hush, but I feel like it's pretty weird stagnation that exists in Minecraft. Like, we get pretty constant updates that add new things. Yeah, I agree with that. But at the same time, the updates don't add quite enough to keep the attention and traction of new and existing players, so it ends up with people being almost underwhelmed. I don't know how to explain. No, I totally get what you, Sean. It's nice that they're adding these new features here and there, and especially when they started with the Garden Awakens, when they added the pale moss, the pale oak biome, the pale oak biomes and the creaking and the resin. It started out really nice because that was a new biome being added. And then Copper Age was, and then the spring drop was okay. The other drops were somewhat okay. The Happy Gas was a cool drop because we never seen it before, but at the same time, it just feels a little bit, it feels a little bit weird. Always receiving all this and suddenly we're looking forward to what's coming next. And so that sort of stagnation from Mojang could drive players away to some extent. It is getting a little bit absurd, especially with how much they are banking on the marketplace for even more of their revenue. Like, buy our maps, buy our mods, all of that. Make sure to buy all of that. No, will we fix our bugs? No, because they're working as intended, because C# is such. I can't speak for Mojang. I can't speak for Mojang like that, but still, you can't help but feel like a lot of things can definitely be done much better. A lot of the processes and a lot of the purposes of Minecraft can definitely be refurbished to be done much better. And that's why we're here, cutting down trees, talking about things. I can't wait to get a look at Hightail. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'll admit, I was one of the few that when the Hightail trailer first dropped, I was a little bit skeptical about it because of the sheer everything that they were showing off, especially in that first trailer. It seemed over ambitious, and all the new game modes and the servers. I mean, it does look good, don't get me wrong, but I felt like when I first watched that trailer, I thought it was a little bit over ambitious, and I had a feeling that we weren't going to see something until very, very late. And then when they eventually got picked up by Riot Games, I was like, okay, maybe they'll have more resources to actually do something. And then as the years go by, nothing came out. And then the summer of this year, I believe, where Riot decided, oh, we're gonna drop Hightail. Sorry about that game. You were waiting for 10 years and haven't received any playable versions of it. And so everybody was disappointed, everybody revolted, everybody hated Riot. and then Simon came in and was like, okay, I don't want to see this die. Would you want Hightail back? And everyone was like, yes, bring it back. And Simon was like, cool, I'ma buy it with my own money. And suddenly Hightail is back. When Riot decided to drop Hightail, and half of their staff, yeah, the the video game the video game sector is very harsh these days. I don't know. I think the software industry is just very cutthroat as of this moment. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm fortunate to have the job that I have, but at the same time, I can't help but feel it is very scary to see all the large organizations suddenly gut your staff like that without any notice. It's very cutthroat, and to people like me, I'm kind of fortunate to still have my job, even though yes, it is a new job. But finding a software engineering job, especially in this current market, is absolute torture, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. If you're still out there trying to look for a job in the tech industry, I salute to you. You have my blessing, and I feel for you. You poor soul. You sweet summer child. Because it is absolutely torturous when all the CEOs are saying, "Oh, tech is the future, tech is the future," and then the very next week you hear, "Oh, Google just laid off 100,000 staff." Oh dear. I meant I wasn't just seen in the software industry. Mass layoffs were happening left and right and center. When Riot was letting go of staff members, it was crazy. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was quite. It's quite unheard of for Riot to drop staff. You don't usually hear it from them that often. I mean, you do hear it from places like Blizzard, like Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard over the past few years have been on a downward spiral, but now they're slowly getting back up, thankfully. Is there a skeleton in here? Hello? I hear you. Hello? Maybe it's above. Whatever. Torch. There we go. Let's put down my bed somewhere to just sleep naturally. Everyone and their mama was getting let go. Yeah, it's rough. It's absolutely rough, and my heart goes out to all the people, all the talented individuals, because there's so much talent. There's so much talent out there in the world, and it's just a shame that a lot of these things are happening in this current day and age. And that's why we stay here. Yep. Playing the video games we love while the world is on fire. So, yeah, all in all, with the announcement of Hytale, the showcase of the features, the growing discontent within Mojang and Minecraft and how Microsoft is handling things, it's going to be interesting. Next year is going to be interesting to see how these two games coexist with each other. Will they make each other better? Will one fall? Or who knows? Will both of them fall? That's the worst outcome. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't really play Bedrock Edition, but I can see its benefits. I can understand why Bedrock Edition has such a big priority over Java Edition. Not just because and disregarding the marketplace as a whole, the main reason is just the accessibility of Minecraft through Bedrock Edition. Because Bedrock Edition can be played on consoles, on your phone, on Nintendo Switches, everywhere, and crossplay being available for that, it makes it so enticing and accessible for everyone around the world to play Minecraft. And even though in North America and Europe, and to some extent Australia, where most of the creators they have good computers and that's why they play Java Edition. But for the rest of the world who might not have a good computer with them, that's why they play, and they have a phone, they can still play Minecraft but in Bedrock Edition. And that's why I feel like Bedrock Edition is a good thing, but at the same time, I mean Microsoft and Mojang, their priorities are not in delivering good game features and a good game, but rather how can we make the most revenue from this project, from this IP, and that is selling Minecoins and putting out projects on the marketplace. That will get us more revenue. And so they found a good strategy. They found a good market strategy and they ran with it. I can't blame them for that, but at the same time, it is really hindering the playability and the longevity of the game in general. It's becoming a little bit stagnant, which I fear for a game like this, because I'm a Team Fortress 2 fan. Preach, sister. Yes. I'm a Team Fortress. I played Team Fortress 2 since 2012 and I still play it. And when a game goes stagnant, when a game becomes really set in their ways on how they found a good strategy to boost up the revenues, they suddenly start innovating, and then with the stagnation in innovation, there's growing discontent where you're no longer providing new and improvements to the game itself, whereas now you're just collecting revenue, collecting your paycheck, gaining more money. How can we boost our revenue shares? Yeah, there's no point of innovation anymore, and a lot of games fall under that fallacy. Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike, Dota, Overwatch. Overwatch at some point was just selling skins for the fun of it, and the game was being absolutely shite to play. But then suddenly they were just like, okay, let's make heroes that are actually fun to play, and then boom. It started getting better. It started improving. Yes, the microtransactions are still there and absolutely predatory. But hey, at least the game is quite fun. And it's innovating. You know, it's not stagnant. Whereas in Minecraft's case, it is becoming a little bit more stagnant. Especially with the new features that they're adding. It doesn't really add too much to the overall state of the game. And maybe that's just how Minecraft is. It's a sandbox game where you just build a whole bunch of stuff. It's not necessarily a JRPG. It's not like a JRPG where you level up your class, where you level up your character in order to fight bigger and stronger bosses like in Terraria. It's not that sort of game, and I guess I can respect it, but at the same time, you know, maybe add in some things that make the gameplay loop slightly more interesting, Mojang. Please. I mean, sure, it's nice to go find different biomes, and it's nice to go see different mobs here and there, but have them be sought after. Not necessarily be sought after, but have a reason to go sort out for them. When trial chambers were added, I was like, ooh, okay, I want to get the new weapon. I want to get a mace. And that's how I'm gonna have to get it. I have to go to these trial chambers and explore them. And I still enjoy trial chambers to this very day because, you know, they change. They're different across each and every one of them. And I've really enjoyed that. I would like more of that. I like new items that I need to go out of my way to actually get them. The recovery compass the recovery compass in the Deep Dark Ancient Cities is a step in the right direction, but I feel like the mace is a much better representative because it's actually fun. It's a fun weapon to use. So more of that, please. More of that. The resin from the creaking, also another good thing. Even though resin isn't used for much, the fact that you have to go out of your way to go to these biomes and search for creaking, just so if you want to build with these blocks, you have to seek it out. I like that. I like that. I would like more of that. But not many people like that. Not many people like that because they don't build with resin. They look at that as like, okay, what does it do? Does it help my character? No, it doesn't. It's just a nice shiny orange block. And for me, I look at the shiny orange block and it's like, ooh, very cool. But for others, it's like, okay. Yeah, it's like everything lacks incentive. Like there's no real reason to actually seek half of the stuff out. Yeah, that's another thing. You need something that players would actually go seek out. For example, so in the upcoming drop of Mounts of Mayhem, I guess to some extent players would want to seek out the zombie Nautilus and the zombie camels. But that one you don't necessarily need to seek it out as long as you have a desert around. I guess that's fine. A desert or an ocean around, then eventually you run into one. The spears, you can craft it on your own. And then what else is there? That's about it, I think. Yeah, it's I do wish that the parched, the new skeleton variant, was added to the trial chamber, trial chamber list of mobs that can spawn there, because I feel like that would change up the trial chambers a lot more, and it give me an incentive to go seek out these trial chambers as well. I feel like they missed out a lot on these opportunities that I feel like they're gonna add it at some time later down the line. But is that too late? When they add it, is it at a point where people don't really give a damn about those features that even if it's fun, you know, people would have grown bored of Minecraft? Who knows what Hytale is doing? Oh gosh. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation here, but yeah, I mean, as of now, the game is still fun for me to play. I'm still building castles up in the sky, and yeah, I'll still be here, hacking down trees and building houses, all the same. Let me just cut down this tree, plant the saplings down, and then we can I think I hear a bit of thunder, but I think we should be fine. It has been raining quite a bit in Southeast Asia because of the monsoon season, but yeah, so far alright. My computer hasn't kaput yet, thankfully. I've been hearing a lot of horror stories from other folks where they have their computer turned on during a lightning storm, and then one power outage later, their power supply just goes kaput. And oh, that's a nightmare. That's a big nightmare. I would not want to deal with that, and that's why most of the times during thunderstorms I just turn off my computer. And I don't wish for this world to be corrupt as well, even though I have a lot of backups of this world. This world has been with me for 4 years, ow. This world has been with me for 4 years, and I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. That being said, I am looking to maybe start a new world where I just build without a purpose instead of having the usual let's play format. Maybe I'll try something different. Maybe I'll try hardcore. I've never played hardcore before, so that's gonna be interesting. Fried computer. Yes. Fried Have you ever tried computer and chips? Staple British delicacy. Oh gosh. But yeah, just make sure you have a just make sure you have a surge protector. Don't just plug your computer straight into the wall socket. At least get a bit of protection for your computer. You spend all that money to get a 5090 Super, and then suddenly it all goes down the drain because of one thunderstorm. Oh gosh. Yeah, just have a surge protector, and also have a what are those things called? A PSU? Not PSU, but a generator, a backup generator, just so you can save whatever you want before the when the power goes out. The motherboard's my favorite part. Damn. Yeah. Fried computers. Don't get your computer soggy as well. We've been streaming for about an hour. How's everybody feeling? Everybody feeling alright? Enjoying this little yap session? Just yapping away as we cut down trees and gather resources here and there. I'm gonna need dark oak, so I'm gonna have to head over there instead of stay here. Ow, I realize I'm not wearing elytra. I keep my elytra in my hotbar. Oh, cave. Do you know what? Yeah, why not? Go down and explore. Maybe this is too big of a sword to be carrying down into a small cave, but that's all good. Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Bit of gravel right here. I can collect that. Okay. I guess there's nothing. Yep. Okay. That's cool and all. Now to make my way back up. Can I just fly me way out? Actually, I can just jump my way out, so that's no biggie. There we go. Fantastic. Be careful in these dark oak forests, because the canopy can sometimes be a little bit too dark, and then suddenly you get jumped on by a creeper. And yes, I realize I'm not playing hardcore, but, you know, I'm just being a little bit precautious. Actually, let's put my bed here just in case. Don't worry about our tools. Slowly breaking. We have extras. We have backups. I have backup tools just in case. I've come prepared because we are going to be doing a lot of material collecting. Because I think once we're done with this, we need to go grab a whole bunch of deep slate. I need cobbled deep slate, and I need tough. Yeah. And also copper. I could just go to a trial chamber and just empty out that trial chamber, but I already have so much copper ore that I could just smelt that. And the new copper blocks that were added in the Copper Age, very nice. Really love them. Do do do. Do 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 do. Oof. But I hope you all are enjoying the stream thus far. If you made it this far, I don't like doing this thing. I really hate doing the, oh, if you're enjoying it this far, make sure to hit that like button. It feels so corny. It feels so corny saying that. Gosh. I really don't like modern video creation. It's absolutely torturous to that extent. Hang on. Just give me a moment. Yep. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just checking something. I hope with how this stream goes, then we can maybe do more of these, because it will link up much better with the videos that I'm doing in this world. Then we can slowly link it back up together and leave Twitch as a means of other games. Like maybe I'll stream some Team Fortress 2, maybe I'll stream some Overwatch, maybe some Deep Rock Galactic, who knows? Maybe I'll stream Indiana Jones again. I still need to finish that game. Or maybe I recently, and as much as I hate to admit this, I have played 2 games of Fortnite and somehow won both of those singles games. I don't know. Fortnite is weird. I'm just gonna say it. Fortnite is really weird. It is fun as a game where you just switch your brain off and just run around shooting at people. I can see why people enjoy it so much, but for me, I already have Team Fortress 2 for that. The battle royale game mode feels very empty most of the time, because I think 60% of the games that I played, 60% of the game is just me driving around in the car, doing absolutely nothing but just driving around the Simpsons Island. And it's fun, don't get me wrong, but you know, maybe we could do with a little bit more urgency rather than just aim for the head and shoot. Where's the medic Ubers? Where's the positioning with heavy? Where's the rocket jumps? Where's the sticky jumping? I'm sure there's a lot more of that. There's a lot more nuance in zero building, but yeah, that's my experience in Fortnite. It's a little bit weird. I think we should have enough for these 2, and we'll grab all of this. Yep, we got enough. All right, our shulker boxes are full. That means we got to head back. Wear my elytra first. Whoops. Whee. I got a lot more building to do around here, but we'll get on with that some other time. For now, I'm going to put this shulker box in here, and then this shulker box in here, and then all these can be sacrificed. I think I'm gonna keep the apples. The sticks can go in here. The mossy cobblestone can go in here. More sticks, more mossy cobble. Stone. Put that down. Quickly run outside to the composter. Just dump off all the saplings because we have a whole load of them already. And store the apples right here. There we go. Brilliant. Sleep the night away, and we'll go into the caves. Now, I've got a lot of extra shulker boxes in here. Yeah. Might as well replace some of them. Yeah, that's fine. So, how much deep slate do we have? quite a bit of cobble, quite a bit of regular. Tough. Are we doing alright? I might want to get some more tough, so let's go get more tough then. Now after going up and chopping trees, we're gonna go down into the caves. Resource gathering things. Yay. I need to collect a whole bunch of tough. So we're going deep underground for that. And I don't need my elytra, so I can just switch into my chest plate. Now I'm gonna need to try and find patches of tough, which is gonna be slightly difficult, but we'll try our best. These are the strip mines that I have been digging. Are those? Yep, okay. Spotted some tough. Let's get cracking. Oh yeah, we reached the hour mark as well, so make sure you're staying hydrated throughout this stream. I'm gonna do my best to remind you all. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Right. Make sure you're getting up. Make sure you're stretching a little bit. Make sure you know, not be seated for hours and hours on end. Remember, getting up is important for you. Okay, we don't necessarily need all that. What the hell is this music? Hang on. Let me skip this. We don't want music this 13 here. Thank you. Alright, let's collect a whole bunch of tough. I am very much loving tough. I might actually need to go into the nether to get more basalt. So maybe that's something else we can do in this live stream as well. Once we got all the tough that we need. Alright, now I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure a lot of you already watched going through the entire gameplay footage of Hytale. I think the enemies do look really interesting. I love the little skeletons that run up to you and either swing at you or use their magic to try and get you. That's pretty cool. Those enemies are pretty interesting. And then my favorite part is where the player just pulls out a gun and then starts shooting all of the enemies down. That was hilarious. I mean, that shows the modding capability of Hytale. And I'm excited for that. I can't wait to build Heavy's minigun or a BFG from Doom and just completely nuke areas. That'll be fun. The possibilities are endless. Just digging through. Let me just check. Are we doing alright? Yeah, I guess we're doing alright. Yep, we're doing alright. We're just getting a whole bunch of tough. because we require the tough. Tough is tough, and tough is good building block. Tough is my... Tough is actually one of my favorite blocks right now. I liked it at first when they first added it. I was like, okay, this is cobblestone, but cooler. I wish they had slabs and stairs of it so that I can decorate it with it more and more. And then they added that, and I was like, yes, finally, cobblestone has a worthy opponent. Their battles will be legendary. And lo and behold, both blocks are very nice. Cobblestone is nice. I love cobblestone, but you can't deny that tough is way better. Right. Doing the... You can see the particles. It's a new mod that I installed. Pretty cool. Especially knowing how gravel is just all over the place. Right. That's so cool. Lurking? Hello! Hakama Jones 1. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. If you're gonna be lurking, have fun lurking. I'll be here. I'll be here yapping. And enjoy your lurk. I hope you're well. Hope you're fantastic on this in this weekend. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Yeah, happy lurking. It's tough to choose which is better, but I see what you did there. Ah, good one. Good one. You know what? You earned your lurk. I'll say it right here. You earned your lurk. You absolutely earned it. My goodness. Now that he is lurking, it is a bad joke. Actually, it's not. It's a good joke. It's a good joke. It caught me off guard, so well done. But yeah, we're here collecting resources for building while yapping. We were talking about Hightail earlier and how excited we are for Hightail. Everybody's excited for Hightail. If you're not excited for Hightail, I guess you play other games. I don't fault you. You know? But yeah, get hyped for Hightail. What's the next build? Well, I'm currently building a lot of houses in the valley itself to for the town below the castle, because I want to make that feel a little bit more lived in. I want to make the town area a lot more lived in. See, the castle is nice, but I also want a town below it where the common folk within that kingdom can live in. And so I'm building a lot of smaller houses, I'm building townhouses, I'm building other utility buildings like blacksmith buildings and post offices and whatever. I mean, I already have the tavern there, so that's already been filled, but other utility buildings that the townsfolk can utilize. And especially now that winter is coming, or winter has already came. So yeah, those are the next builds. And I can't wait to show you all how the town would look like once I finish up all the smaller buildings, because town building is a little bit different from castle. Town planning is a lot different compared to castle planning, where castle planning are these larger buildings, town planning is a lot of smaller buildings. And so you gotta be very careful. when deciding what to build and what goes where. So yeah, I hope to get that video out before the end of this month. It depends on how fast I can complete the town itself. Otherwise, I'm probably going to tie it in with the Christmas video that I have in mind. Just sitting back and talking about the year as a whole, like what I usually do every Christmas. Oh gosh, there's so much tough here that almost despawned. How could I miss out all this? Thank goodness it didn't despawn. So yeah, we're just here, collecting resources. No biggie. Just collecting it so that next time when we have to build, we don't have to go looking for resources again. Or maybe I will turn this into a regular thing on the channel. If you want to see more of these, you know, let me know. And we can make this a regular thing that we're doing. Because I do enjoy sitting down and just talking into the microphone while I play Minecraft. That's entirely my style of videos, where I just build and talk into the microphone. But sometimes I look back at what I speak about and I repeat myself far too much. And that's a problem. So yeah. Ooh, good music. Very good music. We are getting a whole lot of gravel as well, which is good. I need the gravel for coarse dirt. And in order to save our shovel, we just do that. Go. I could just bring a beacon in here, but then again, I do not wish for it to go up into the mountain. You never know. Maybe I have a building right there that will interfere with the beacon itself. So might as well just keep it simple. Don't need no beacon. And since we're down here in the deep slate layers, it wouldn't change a thing anyways. Just cutting down a whole bunch of things. I'm actually excited to look at the bot later and see how it compares to my Twitch streams. Because sometimes my Twitch streams, the output is a little bit or sometimes it doesn't come out the way I wanted it to come out. And we'll see how this does, and if this continues to stay on my channel, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So much tough. It's a miracle. Do, 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 do. da, da, da. There's so much stuff in the tiny areas. I'll pick up the... Oh, a fool. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Hang on. Come back up. Drop all this off. And we're already getting so much. Yes. Fantastic. Okay. We're gonna take some of this lapis, and we're gonna grab my cobbled deep slate maker. Put the silk touch here. Repair it a little bit. At least it's something. There we go. Can't wait for the beat drop. Beat drop's coming. Oh, not yet. Oh gosh, if you fell down a hole like this without any blocks to get out of, I feel bad for you. I really do. Yeah, just be very careful. You don't end up in a predicament. Like that. Like that. Especially when you have no ender pearls. Or, let's say like Jack Black, an ender pearl. Nah, that was terrible. I'm gonna delete the VOD after this. That was terrible. I'm very sorry that you all had to hear that. I promise not to do any more impressions of Steve Minecraft ever again. I'm just gonna sit here and do what I'm good at, and that's just collecting tuff. Just going to... Speaking of show, I'm gonna switch the topic a little bit, especially since we're coming to the end of the year. How are all of your Christmas planning? How are all of you in terms of Christmas planning? Everything going alright? Everything planning, all the planning going smoothly? What's your favorite farm to use, build, and want to build? Ooh, wait. That's a very good question. Favorite farm to use? My favorite... Okay, favorite farm to use would have to be the... Oh, diamonds. Favorite farm to use would have to be the new... What was it? The resin farm. Because it's kind of cool to use. And at the same time, I'm farming prismarine below, so it's fun to use that. Favorite to build? I'm going to have to go with the iron farm. Because after I built the iron farm, I tried a totally different kind of build style. On top of it, I decided to try an industrial build style, and that was really fun in building. I enjoyed that. And want to build. What's a farm that I haven't built yet? I built a slime farm, I built an iron farm, blaze farm, so I already built. Wind charger farm? Nah, I can just go into trial chambers to do that. With the skeleton, I already built that. Maybe a gas farm? I never tried making that. Then again, I don't need an absurd amount of gas tiers for anything. And I already have a gunpowder farm, so don't really need one. Maybe that, yeah, maybe that. Maybe a gas farm. Or gold farm. I haven't built a gold farm. Yeah, yeah. I haven't built a gold farm ever. But, I don't know, I never needed it for the longest time. Maybe if I need... And I don't build with a whole bunch of blackstone. Not yet, at the very least, but... If I need to, maybe. Good answers. Have you done a stasis chamber under your spawn chunk iron farm? Stasis chamber under your spawn chunk iron farm. Oh right, yeah, because they removed spawn chunks in the recent changes. Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Because my iron farm has been inside the spawn chunks for the longest time, I've already accumulated a lot of iron that I don't necessarily need to keep it on a lot of the times. If I'm ever going to be working in the industrial area, and I'm around the farm, it would just generate iron on its own. So I already have a lot of iron already collected inside the collection area. All I need to do is just decorate the collection area. I want to make it look like some sort of old nuclear reactor, because that's what I feel like it is. I think that would be pretty cool. Piglin bartering farm is sweet, but if you don't use blackstone, then meh. Yeah, I use a lot of basalt instead of blackstone. Blackstone to me feels a little how do you say? I like the blackstone color. It's just that the texture is very messy. It's a little bit too noisy for me, and I feel like deep slate already does it much better than blackstone can ever do. But I do think that if I were to build with blackstone in the future, then potentially I can use that. But then again, nothing's stopping me from just going out there to collect blackstone manually, especially since I'm still digging through the nether, making my nether transportation system. That's fair. Surplus is always nice. Yeah, surplus of iron is always nice. Yeah, and it was good in order to at least have the iron to make all the iron bars and the lanterns and all. Until I found out that you can buy lanterns from librarians. So that's another good thing about the librarians. Ooh. Classic Minecraft music. Oh, this is nostalgic. Very nostalgic. And old Minecraft. Something special. Oh no, I ran out of torches. Okay. These ones I'm just gonna... There we go. There we go. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You can get gravel from piglin bartering, but maybe at some point, I mean, I have no problem with just getting my gravel manually. So maybe at some point, if I don't want to do that anymore, then I could make a gold farm and a bartering farm. But as of right now, I have no problem in just doing this. It makes me play the game instead of sitting around being AFK. I've changed my stance on farms quite a bit. I want farms that allow me to play the game, and I don't want to have to just leave my computer just so I can get the materials to play the game. I want to actually do things. You know, I boot up the game to play. I boot up Minecraft to play, not to just stand in one location and twiddle my thumbs around until something happens. Hey, I gotta go. See you, Shanko. No worries, Omni. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Do take care of yourself. I'll see you sometime soon. Thanks for being here in the stream, mate. Do take care. Love you, bye. That's what we say in Channel 64. Crying obsidian is fun. Trade from piglins, otherwise very hard to get. Yeah. Crying obsidian. What can I use crying obsidian for? Yeah, I've never actually thought of a build to use crying obsidian for. Maybe that might need to. I mean, the most absurd block that I've used thus far for building is dried kelp blocks on the East Asian island, which honestly looks really cool. I must admit, not many people even knows that block exists, and the fact that I use it as roofs, like thatched roofs for my East Asian inspired houses, very nice. But yeah, crying obsidian. What can you build with crying obsidian? What goes well with crying obsidian? Maybe the nether hub. Maybe if I do have something planned for the nether hub, then maybe I can use crying obsidian. But so far, haven't had a point in using it. All right, I think we got enough tuff, so I think we head back to the surface for now. Then we continue building the house that we are currently building. Yeah, the dried kelp looks so good on your builds. Thank you. I didn't think that I was ever going to use that block because, well, first of all, I didn't know that block existed in the first place. And then suddenly when I was building up the East Asian island, I was like, wait a minute. This exists. And I was like, okay, why not try that for a roof? And then looked at it, I was like, you know what? Looks pretty good. Flawless. And this is why you wear leather boots. Because powdered snow can break your fall. Very useful. Right. Go past the houses that we are gonna build. Whee! And then that's a tower. That's a broken down tower that I want to try and build. Horsey, will you calm down out there? Stop going crazy. I just gave you water. That's not the right one. That's the right one. Alright. Might need to hire a copper golem to arrange all my items in here, but I'm more than capable of doing it myself. Right. Let's go and work on the build itself that we are doing. Let me grab scaffolding. Do we need anything? Hang on. Need one. This. Yep. And yeah, we'll just grab all 4. Yeah, we might need to actually leave some copper out to oxidize while we're building. That would maybe be better. Right. Or maybe I just have to dig out an entire area just so I can oxidize copper, because I am not building, of all the builds that Pixel Riffs usually builds, I am not building that copper oxidizing machine. What's the name called? David. Yeah, I'm not building David. It's far too, I mean, I can understand the complexities of the redstone build, but I don't know, nothing's better than just space out your copper like this and just wait until everything is oxidized. David Copperfield. Yep. Yep. That was it. See, I built a lot of the farm knowledge that I got was from Pix himself. But for David, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna build that. Ain't nobody got time for that. There's nothing wrong with just spacing out your copper like this. Yep, we're gonna make copper roofs. Yeah, copper roof. Or I could just let it oxidize on its own. Can just make a copper golem with a fully oxidized copper block if you want to get a statue. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I want to... I don't know. I haven't got to that just yet. Because all my items are stacked up like that. I hear copper golems have a little bit of a limitation. If you do stack your... Oh, look at that. I placed a lightning rod right here and it oxidized. Fantastic. But yeah, I heard that there's some limitations to how high a copper golem can reach, and so that's a little bit of a limitation. And since my chests are stacked up like so, I don't think I'll be able to make it work. If it wants to try and reach up to the chests that are a little bit higher, it's not going to be able to do so. There we go. So now all this is going to oxidize, and now we can continue to work on this house right here. Nice and spacious. The staircase is probably going to be in the tower as per usual. And yeah, we'll see what else can we do here. Well, first of all, yeah, put that up like that, and then do this. Only 2 blocks, but you can do a 3 tall stack of chests using a stair on the level of the golem stands on, and then see if you can reach the lowest level, mid level, and top level. That is true. That is true, but then my chests are stacked up to 4, so I'm gonna have to reconfigure my entire storage unit if I want to get that done. Alright, let's continue with... Oops. So just like right up there. See, this is a little bit of an awkward place. Do I want this to be flush, or am I fine with it just being like that? That's something I'll have to decide. This is the fallacy of not planning your builds out. I don't usually like planning builds out in creative. Most of the time I end up changing it anyways. Since they can only see 10 chests, doing a 3x3 of chests and then the last sorting one to hopper into another copper chest is a simple storage solution. Yeah, yeah, I guess that is kind of true. Yeah, that is true. Will I use that in practice? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I want to get it on video. I want to see myself the time when I get a copper golem will be recorded. Will be recorded so people can see what I think of the little guys. So just like that over there, it uses oak, and then yeah, I mean, I want to try and follow that sequence as well, which means that I'm gonna have to. Do I just put it one behind? Nah. I'll probably have to like get rid of this. And then get me the spruce stairs. Thank you. So far it's 5. But I wanna you think if I stop it like right here, would that be alright? I think that should be alright. Yeah. That was just, yeah, it will be something like that. So I'm gonna need more spruce. I should have more. Yeah, there. It's raining. Right. One, two, three, four. Yep. It's about the same. And let's see. 1, 2. That's like 5, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's gonna be 7. 7 up. Beautiful music. Right. Five. 6, 7. It depends how the roofs are gonna be like. Are they gonna be simple like that? Or yeah, that's another problem we have. Do I want to make it like that, or do I want to change it? Maybe something like that. Maybe I can make something similar to that. Yeah. Alright. Let's plan it out first. Or make the front like that. Make the front much smaller. And then make this side slightly larger. So that we can fit something else right here. Yeah. Maybe that can work. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. I see you. Herkama Jones, I see you. I see you typed out that comment right there. I see you typed out that number right there. Ha 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 ha. What do you have to say for yourself? Let me just say. What do you have to say for yourself? Do you feel good putting down those numbers right there? Hmm? I never understood the entire 6'7" joke or whatever that is. I don't even know where it came from. It called me an old man. I'm really out of touch when it comes to all these different trend thingies and stuff. Right. Sun is going down, but that's okay. We're just working up here on the roof itself, so don't really have to worry because we already slept. So yeah, let's. Do I want to try and mimic that? That's the thing. That's 1, 2, 11. No, it's slightly wider. What about this side? It is. Okay, this is about the same as this side, and so I wish I can get a look at the other side, but that's okay. We can formulate this side first based on that. Then hi, hello, Loonbow YouTube. How are you doing today? Welcome into the stream. My name is Shanko, and we are currently building in my single-player survival world that I've been in for the past 4 years. The tough joke was better. I agree. The tough joke was better. Anyway, gotta run. Have a great rest of the stream. Catch you later. No worries, Akama Jones. Thanks for popping by in the stream. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you when I see you. Do have a nice day. Do have a great day, and do take care. But yeah, we are currently building. Trying things here and there. Just seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. And trying not to get annoyed by by certain puns here and there. Oh, I just love that sound. That's so cool. That's absolutely cool. Maybe we can have that go across, and then this one can just be very, very simple. Very simple. The oh, hi. You all discovered that I'm up here. That's great. That's great. You know what? Let's just try the simple. If we go up like this, then we'll meet somewhere in the middle, like, excuse me, here. And yeah, I'm okay. You? Yeah, I'm fine. I've been watching you for some time now. Whoa, thank you. Thanks for all the support for all this time. It's absolutely amazing that you could be here for the stream. I don't live stream that often. I mean, when I do, I'm usually on Twitch, but I thought, might as well try it for the first time to see how it's like streaming on YouTube instead of streaming on Twitch, and so far it's been going pretty good. so far. It's been fun. Alright. I'm trying to test to see whether this looks good or we want to work with a different roof style altogether. I wish I can just fly over to that side. Oh, you know what? I'll go deal with you guys first. But yeah, I hope you're well, Loonbo. Thanks for welcome into the stream. I hope this becomes a regular occurrence. I do plan on maybe this becoming a regular occurrence, but you never know. Times have been a little bit busy on my end, especially with work and all. Ah, you're stuck. Are you gonna make your way up? Yes, you are. You just grab the smallest bits of XP, of experience points than I can, in order to repair my pickaxe. But yeah, we're currently here in the valley. This is Wintertown, and then up there, I have it called Wintermont, because it's up on the mountain. Ha 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 ha. I'm terrible with names, so don't add me on those names. Can I get all of you to chase me? Can I get your attention over there? I can. Okay. Yeah, you know what? All of you chase me. I see a baby down there. Hello. Okay, now everybody can chase me. Chase me down to the bottom floor. I need some of your experience points to repair my pickaxe. Run! Run at me! Run! Right here. Come at me. There you are. Did he die to the fall damage? No, he didn't die to the fall damage. Oh, that's the new texture for the copper armor. Doesn't look too bad. Come on, come on. This is my repairing. This is my method of repairing tools. Actually, since it's raining here, let me take you a little bit on a journey up to the castle, the winter castle up here in the mountains. Isn't this beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Can I just stand out onto the awning? There we go. Look at that. It's beautiful. And then I've got more working on this side right here. Even though there are mobs everywhere. Why are there baby zombies everywhere? I got more stuff planned over there. Got a tower building right there. Extending the wall right there. And sometimes I just enjoy just standing underneath the snow and just admiring the snow. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. Fly back down into the valley. Now I just want to view this roof from up here. See if I like it first. Invisible spider. there's definitely a lot that we could do with it. Although it fits in just nicely with the rest of the other buildings about here. Oh wait, now that I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it's okay, interesting. Maybe I can make that slightly taller, and maybe I can make this slightly taller. Although there must be a better way that I can utilize this, or what I can do is that I push this. What I can do is that I could possibly push the wall slightly in and then make a balcony. Maybe. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe. Might need to test it a little bit here and there. So far, it is coming along just nicely. You know what? I'm going to place the floor down. I'm gonna do my part in placing the floor. Because I can. Well, it's starting to become much brighter up there. Thank goodness. And then excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I had to sneeze there. I hope none of you heard that. If you did, excuse me for my rudeness. Alright. Let's just finish up whatever we have here. And it's a good thing that we collected all that wood as well, because we're gonna need even more of that for the rest of the place. And this is what I mean of just building your interiors before building your exterior. I want to see what works, what doesn't work before you commit to other changes that you might have. Let me just put all this in here for now first. Actually, that's 2, so I can just put that there. Bow. Let me keep my bow. There we go. Where's all the... Ah, there it is. Of course, I'll be separating out the different rooms in here, because, you know, that's the problem when your builds are slightly larger. This is what happens when your builds are much larger than usual. And then, so here's what I have in mind. right? So I guess with these rooms where you can have like the windows, oh no, you can have like the windows right here. Pop that open. No, that's fine. Pop it out like this. Make sure there are no creepers around. Fly out if you can. Yep, we're fine. I think if anything, just like just like Game of Thrones, Minecraft has been on point with their music. Yeah, that's should I actually pull this back and then make a balcony out there? Maybe that can work. Maybe that's the play, where instead of 13 it can be, yeah, I might have to try that. Maybe make like a small little balcony right here that looks out over there. I could probably do that. Then again, this is a winter town, so I'm gonna have to get testing with that eventually. So if that's the case, then I had to get rid of this. You know what? We can test it here, right now. Disregard the roof, you know. So yeah, don't worry about the roof. We're just doing that. Pushing this all the way back to here. No. Right. Let's... Oh, look, the sky's cleared up. Very nice. Okay. Let's try this, shall we? Since now that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yep. So what if we stopped it like right there? Then the wall would be right here. And then of course we need to do that, and then do that. Then maybe, yeah, this can be a little balcony for anyone. We're just trying things here. It wouldn't be me if I didn't try something. If I didn't at least try to over-engineer some weird solution. And then what I can do is that I can do this, and then do something like this, where yeah, you can come out here, and then that's the balcony, and that's the balcony right here. Maybe even Where are the... There they are. Spruce trapdoors. Like that. Extend it out like this. And then with... I can test it with the spruce shelves. I can just go like that. And that doesn't look too bad. Or wait, hang on. We can also do something like this. Then we get a little bit of space. I mean, it does look a little bit awkward just hanging out like that, but look at that. I mean, okay, wait. If we look at it from below, or at least from this house. Yeah, I like that. I actually really like that. That looks nice. That is something we can expand upon. Woohoo! See, that's what we love doing here. We love making things needlessly complicated for ourselves. This is why I keep over-engineering builds and making things so complicated for myself. Why do I even do these? Why do I even do this? This is why it's sometimes harder to get videos out, because if I try to build something, suddenly I don't like it. Suddenly I change things in the middle to see what works and what doesn't work. So much stuff. But yeah, I feel like we got a good foundation of what we're doing, and we also managed to stock up on resources, which is a good thing, because I wouldn't want to run out of resources in the meanwhile. So we have actually been going on for about 2 hours, which is not bad, and the stream has been pretty good, actually. Stream has been pretty good. Isn't that right, doggy? That's right. Who's a good boy? You know what? I'll feed you some... Do you want some steak? You know what? I'll get you steak. You know what? Nice and juicy steak. There you go. So, yeah, actually, the... As I put it here for now, the stream has been pretty good, actually. I hope you all enjoyed this new live stream. I don't usually stream on YouTube, or as a matter of fact, stream in general, but I feel like this is a good start to try out something like this. It's actually pretty good. I actually really enjoyed this, and I hope to do this more often. Maybe I'll pop in every day to gather some resources and see what I'm doing with the builds here and there. Ain't that right, doggy? Alright. Well, we have been live for about 2 hours, so I feel like that's where we're going to end it off, at least for today. Hearts in the chat. Hearts for all of you. Yay. Hearts in the chat for all of you. Right. I'm going to put up the ending screen, because we have come to the end of the live stream. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream. It's been fun. It's been very fun. I do hope to do more of this. I think I'm gonna do more of this. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up doing even more. You know, just sitting down with folks and talking. Yeah, that'll be cool. Right. I don't think there is a way that I can raid folks because it's YouTube. But yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed this live stream. I really hope you all had a lot of fun just watching me just play Minecraft and just talk about things here and there. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Do take care of yourselves. Be nice to one another. My name is Shanko, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.